Hello, and welcome back to Keefe's Kitchen. You ever sit there in your house in the afternoon around 3:09 and think to yourself, I could really, I'm craving a lot of things, all right? Some attainable, some not. But this particular thing that I'm craving is right in my fridge, and I can make it right now in under 15 minutes. Hard-boiled eggs, all right? Now, I understand. Hard-boiled eggs get a bad rap. They're the short end of the stick. They're, in my opinion, some of the least respected, least appreciated egg permutations, but not anymore. All right, I'm going to teach you today how to make good hard-boiled eggs. All right, good hard-boiled eggs. Dare I say, great hard-boiled eggs. And then I'm going to put them on a little open-faced sandwich. All right, this part is up to your interpretation. I'm going to go with toast and butter, hard-boiled egg, sliced tomato, a little bit of balsamic vinegar, oil, salt and pepper. It's going to be great. All right, so let's bring some respect back to the hard-boiled egg. Let's do it.
To begin, grab a pot. Put that pot on the stove. Grab some eggs. Now I'm only making a single portion for myself, so I'm only going to boil 2 eggs, but feel free to boil as many as you can fit in your pot if you're boiling them for later. And now we're going to fill that pot up with water. You'll notice we're not starting with boiling water and dropping the eggs in, and we're filling the pot up with cold water to about 1/4 inch over the top of the eggs, and we're going to turn the heat on to high. And now we wait. You'll know the timer is ready to go on when you see small bubbles forming underneath the bottom of the eggs, and you'll see them kind of starting to jump around. That's when you turn your timer on, and we're going to boil our eggs for 6 minutes. And this will provide, in my opinion, the optimal texture of both yolk and white. So once your eggs have boiled for 6 minutes, turn the heat off and realize that the pot handle is hot because you boiled it on the wrong burner. Grab a dishcloth and dump out the water, and it's time to peel our eggs. So typically when you peel hard-boiled eggs, you pour out the boiling water and then take the eggs and put them into a bowl of ice water and let them cool for about 10 minutes, but we don't have time for that, okay? We are going to be utilizing the quick peel method, patent pending. I made it up just now. Basically, it's where you run cold water over the surface of each individual egg for about 10 seconds at a time, and then begin peeling that way. And it rapidly cools down the outside shell as well as that inner layer of the egg, and leaves the inside of the egg, the center of the egg, still warm, which I prefer. So cool it down for about 10 seconds under the running cold water, and then tap the bottom and sides of the egg to crack the shell, and we're going to begin peeling on the bottom flat portion of the egg, and try to get underneath that membrane, and then peel all the way up one side of the egg until you get to the pointy part at the top, and then you'll be left with a nice clean strip of egg, and the rest of it will be covered in shell, and just go along the sides, and you should be able to get it off in mostly one piece, pretty clean. And if you do have any shell left over at the end, just run it under cold water, and you're good to go. Repeat that for the rest of the eggs in your batch. You could always eat these plain, but today I'm going to be making a strange sandwich that I thought up in my brain. So start off with 2 slices of buttered sourdough bread, and then take your hard-boiled eggs and cut them up into rounds. So you'll see as I'm cutting, the eggs are still hot. You can see the steam, and you'll notice that the yolks aren't all chalky and weird, but they're nice and soft still. Kind of looks like a smiley face. So that's an unintended benefit of hard-boiling your eggs the way I described. And arrange them not so artistically on your toast. And if I had been thinking ahead, I would have left this one whole and shown you the cross section, but alas. Grab some tomato. This is just regular old tomato, and that looked all too intentional. That's pretty bad. So we're just gonna pretend like it turned out great. Oh, yeah, there it goes. Nice. And sprinkle it with some salt and a bit of pepper. And that part's up to you, but I find that it helps the flavor of the tomato a lot. And then add a little bit of olive oil. Just a bit. Not too much, because you can really over vinegar this, but just a bit of balsamic vinegar. And that is that. Your tomato hard-boiled egg toast is done.
All right, friends. The hard-boiled eggs are finished. You know, looking back, there are a couple things I could have done better. One, I could have bought a smaller tomato. It didn't go as well as I workshopped it in my head. Like it's staying together now, but I'm a little embarrassed about that footage. But this is a no judgment zone, okay? So we're gonna just move on and pretend like it was perfect. Yeah, I also could have left one of the hard-boiled eggs on its own, so I could have showed you what it looked like. But you know what? That's okay, because that's just motivation for you to go and hard-boil some eggs yourself. So I'm going to give this particular piece of egg and tomato toast a try, and I'll let you know what I think. Let's do it. Well, first off, I'm really thankful that I had the plate position the way I did, because it caught that tomato. Second off, it's really good. The flavor of the tomato, fresh tomato, balsamic vinegar, the egg, toast, butter, salt, pepper, all together, really nice. You know what? If you're not into tomatoes and you're not into hard-boiled eggs, this is kind of not your thing, and it's fine. All right, no judgment zone. But if you are, I recommend it. And yeah, feel free to modify this as you wish, because this is just something that I sat down and I thought, I think that'd be good together. And you know, it was. So you can do the exact same thing yourself with your own combo. Anyway, this has been a very sloppy Keefe's Kitchen. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye.